things just got a whole lot more bullish for XRP, namely Q1 2024 announcement and an update on the SEC XRP settlement. We got it all for you in this video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get into it. So welcome back to the channel, everybody. Don't forget to turn that notification bell on as well, so you stay up to date with everything in this cryptocurrency market. But a quick view of where we sit: 2.39 trillion, down about 1.5%. We actually have seen markets cool a little bit, which is unusual. We generally see a solid Sunday performance, but it definitely has cooled. We see Solana around 170, XRP holding on to that 50-cent range, down about 2.33%. But we got some pretty bullish news out of Brad Garlinghouse and the XRP team, and it absolutely is setting this week up for what could be the biggest week in XRP's history. Now, I want to talk a little bit about XRPL and the Q1 update that we had, specifically around the performance coming out from XRP. Firstly, dead interesting though, this is kind of what we've been talking about now from the channel for quite some time. And this is all about on-chain activity, the XRPL, and more importantly, what it is doing. Now, interestingly, Q1, $865 million running through in volume and up 40% on the previous quarter. And bear in mind, we have seen some significant spikes on XRP. Here you go then, Q4 and Q1 of 2024. You can see there, look, transactions overall up 108%. And actually burned from transaction fees. Not many people understand or know that XRP is actually a deflationary coin. We see that up 101%. We see these transactional costs coming down, as well as the average closing price and average cost per transaction, and many other metrics all putting in the right direction, which is good news. Overall, we see prices coming down and the cost of business coming down, and ultimately a growth in transaction as we see many of the big financial markets coming to fruition. We've actually just seen Morgan Stanley now getting involved with the Bitcoin ETFs. Very interesting indeed. But we see here the Q1 2024 earnings report coming out of XRP with a 40% increase in transactional volume that we did talk about. We also see some significant interest around trust and confidence of people getting in. Now, there is always two camps to every story. Lots of people believe XRP is basically doing nothing, and lots of people are incredibly bullish on it. The settlement will absolutely define whether one side is right and one side isn't. But we talked about the investment. We talked about the huge surge of trading spot funds, ultimately signified investor trust and confidence. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Derivatives and open interest in XRP climbing to $500 million, according to recent statistics, versus Q4 of last year. We also see on-chain transactions growing 108%, with over 251 million transactions versus 121 million in Q4. So not only have you got more people wanting to trade this asset, you have more people holding this asset, you have more people transacting on XRPL, which I think is a very interesting mechanic, especially when you then start to think about some of these major players that have been investing in XRPL, namely HSBC, Metaco Bank, as well as many others, such as Ripple itself, and looking into some of those Hong Kong-based real estates, all of which been using XRPL, and it starts to continue to build. We're actually seeing them now with the automated market maker, as well as looking at smart contracts, and many other aspects are absolutely very, very bullish. The one big thing that everybody comes back to that is in our way is the SEC updates. Now, interestingly, up and coming tomorrow, May 20th, we actually would or should get the final date for both parties in the SEC and Ripple suit to file their respective opposition briefs. And that is it. We should then be done. We expect Ripple's request to seal some of this information and confidential information, and we probably expect the SEC to oppose that. But ultimately, therefore, we should be in on May 20th. That could be a monumental week for us. So not only do we have the Q4 filings out, the Q1 filings out, we also have May 20th, the big day in which we expect both parties to be done, dusted, everything in. And the expectation then is that we work through to a financial settlement in this market. What happens next? This is a great article because the court's omnibus motion on sealing will have a crucial bearing. A court decision that will protect Ripple's proprietary information will likely positively impact XRP's price and market sentiment, which may last and result in an uptrend. In contrast, more favorable outcome of SEC's opposition, which leads to more information disclosure, could generate uncertainty that would signify influence investors' confidence. Over the May 20th hearings, judges expected to rule in the omnibus sealing motion that had been filed earlier, deciding which information and exhibits should be left sealed. The ruling requires the parties to file redactions and documents over the next 14 days, which would then be made available to the public. And that's the reality of this. Anything that favors Ripple and XRP will ultimately be very bullish for the price, and people will absolutely be in that sentiment that we expect a favorable decision towards XRP. Anything the other way would probably hurt us in the longer term, but we still are bullish on XRP. So what's going on with the price right now? Let's take a quick look. Ultimately, we talked about this before, printing a lower low here recently on this, but ultimately this range of around 49 to 50 cents could be a key permanent for us. MACD trending in the right direction, but some of the moving averages are coming down. So keep an eye on it. It's going to be a wild week, not only just for cryptocurrency, and I can definitely see big institutions coming into those Bitcoin ETFs. Over 1,000 companies is my prediction by the end of this week. But XRP quietly just building with some pretty big things. Q1 reports look good. Everything growing where it should be. We just need the settlement to come in. Let me know in the comments. Do you think we see a settlement this week or not? Let me see you say settled or no settled in the comments down below. And as ever, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It massively helps out the channel, and I appreciate every single one of you that spends the time to watch these videos. So with that being said, I'm out of here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.